Have you taken
And now I'm starting to be happy, so happy. So you know, I wanted to carry on. Just if I'm feeling like that just in the day 5, how I will be feeling in 1 year. You know?
Yeah. So you started fasting from day 1, right?
Yeah, day 1.
So you have kept 5 of them already, right?
Yeah, 5.
So how do you feel about your first 5 experience, fast 5 day?
To be honest, today is the day that I'm feeling better because I'm getting used to like prepare my dinner properly, to eat properly in the night, to drink a lot of water. But you know, I work in hospitality, so I have like long shift, like 12-hour shift, you know, so it's a bit hard, especially because we work with food, but I have a lot of Muslims in my restaurant, so they are helping me a lot.
So
I find it a lot of support on them.
what would be your highlight in terms of Islamic knowledge that you already gained? What would be the main thing that attracted you?
To be honest, I wanted to do just about solidarity for people in Palestine. And it's breaking my soul.
Yeah.
So yeah, for now it's just that. But yeah.
How about your belief in God? What is your understanding?
To be honest, I'm from Spain, so I've been raised as a Christian, but I never believed on what they told me. So yeah, I know that is something, but I'm not really into Christian.
Yeah, so in Christian concept of God, we Muslim, we say there are misunderstanding in there, and God should be one, and He does not have a father, son, or children, or wife, and God is unlike the creation, right? And there is nothing comparable to God. This is the basic definition of God in Islam. But this goes aligned with your sound reasoning. But when we look at the concept of God where it involves family, it feel like, how can God have a family? How can God is dependent, right? You see. So therefore, many people come out of the Christianity because the concept of God, it doesn't make sense. Is that for you?
How I feel.
Exactly. So in the Quran, we have a chapter 112, which talks about the oneness of God, basically, who God is. So he's saying the only 4-line definition, yeah? Say He is Allah, who is one, Allah the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, nor is there to Him any equivalent. Meaning, He doesn't have a father, He doesn't have any son, nothing comparable to God. So this is the baseline definition. And then Allah said, you know, I created everyone for a purpose, right? So in Islamic purpose also different from the Christian purpose. Christian purpose is someone is going to die for you. What about the criminal? Is he dying for the criminal too? So it makes no sense. So Allah saying, La taziru waziratan wizra ukhra. That no one will bear the accountability of, yes. So I will not take your accountability, nor you will take my accountability. You will be judged based on your action. I will be judged by my action. So this is where the justice and mercy, and Allah said, you know, I prepared heaven and hellfire. For heaven is for good people, and hellfire is for criminals and those who disbelieve, right? And those who reject God's commands. So we have, in Islam, we have 6 articles of faith. So someone has to believe in Allah, one and only, no father, no mother, no children, and then we believe in angel. So angel, God sent angel to bring revelation to the prophets. Angel also carry the soul. You know, when the soul came to the wombs of the mother, this angel carry the soul through the command by the permission of God, right? Then we believe in the messenger like Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, peace be upon him, Adam, Noah, all of them. All of them came to tell the community to worship one God and do not worship anybody else. And then we believe in the day of judgment where Allah will make everyone accountable for their everything what they have done in this world. And then we believe that the taqdir, which is the predestiny, that whatever happens through the will of God. Meaning the discussion that we are having, Did you know that? I didn't knew that. But it was a God plan that we will be discussing these things here, right? So that shows that whatever Allah wills, it happens. Now imagine if you wanted to do something, but Allah didn't will it. It's not going to happen, right? So that shows that Allah is in complete control of the will. So whoever believes this category of the 6th article of faith, he or she will have a Muslim belief in the heart. Then it needs to be actualized by testifying Shahada, which you declare there is only one God and Muhammad is the messenger of God. That means you become a Muslim. And then you have 5 daily prayers, the second step. Third is, which is Ramadan, which you are doing. Fourth step is Hajj, which is going to the pilgrimage once in a lifetime. If you have the ability by physical and the monetary wise, yes, you have to have the money and the strength.
I'm trying to learn also
yes.
in this period, because I know it's important in Ramadan to keep reading the Quran, to learn about Allah. And for me it was like empty, you know, I didn't know anything, so I'm learning. But it's been a bit hard, so I'm really happy that I have this to follow like a line.
And that one more remaining, which is zakat. So Muslims are obliged to give 2.5% of their excessive wealth to the poor and the needy. So we have a group of people which you can select and give it to them. And all of them are less fortunate, I would say, right? So, and they don't have the privilege like us. So Muslim, look, I mean, if we implement the Islam in a practical way, it will remove our financial problem. Now imagine if all the rich people in the world give 2.5% of their excessive wealth, there will be no hunger in this world. No one will be starved to death. No one will sleep hungry, right? It's a practical solution. So Islam is not just a spiritual connection to Allah, it also solves the matter of our day-to-day life. Like for example, Islam gives a code of conduct, how we should formulate our marriage. How should we treat to opposite gender? How should I treat my parents? How should I treat my neighbor? So whenever you look into all this code of conduct Islam laid out, you say, I cannot formulate a better plan than this. And that shows the universality and the truthfulness of this religion. So it not necessarily connects you to the correct God, it's also connect you to the correct teaching as well, which will be a solution for your problem and our problem. Now imagine, let's look at poverty. All over the world, only handful of people holding the majority of the wealth. And what they're doing, they keep accumulating the wealth. And when they start accumulating, there are a big group of people, they are in shortage of the money. So what they do, they create a situation where they force them, the big group, to do cheat, lie, and do unethical activities to have their own bread, to buy their own bread. Can you imagine? So the real blame goes to the top tier, who actually grasping all this wealth, and leaving nothing for the rest of the humanity. And Allah tells us that we give zakat, so what will happen? It will reduce the balance, reduce the imbalance, because the imbalance was created by society. Look at the interest and banking concept. The rich become more richer, right?
It's about capitalism.
Capitalism, exactly. The rich become more richer, and Islam, zakat is completely opposite to the interest, which is we should take it from the rich, giving it to the poor. You see, so it's a practical solution for humanity. What would you think? Would you like to accept Islam, or would you like to do it now? What do you think?
Not really. I want to read first. Okay. I want to get more involved.
Sure.
I want to make sure that that's what I want to do.
Sure.
It was a pleasure to me.
But one thing I would say to you, sister, I mean, we do not know when we will die, and we need to make that decision.
I know.
Right? So that's one thing you keep in the mind, and do not delay your time. I mean, The moment you realize you have that inclination, you understood the basic fundamentals of Islam, then do not delay. That is be only advice to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Look after
for your
yourself.
time. Yeah,
Thank you for visiting our store. Thank you. Look after yourself. Ramadan Kareem. Interesting. She's looking into Islam for some times. And actually, what is happening in Palestine is the main cause. She started looking into Islam, but now, of course, she is thinking about the fundamental part of Islam. So please make dua for her. May Allah guide her to Islam. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
They need your help.